My name is Tepiso Mabula, and I believe that it is important for LGBTI voices to be given a space in Africa because, quite frankly, this is the kind of continent where um, there's not much representation of LGBTI people in art and media spaces. And so, for the sake of empowering those people who are in communities that still can't accept the existence of LGBTI people, I believe that it is important to have voices that represent and that speak out for people who have been marginalized in various communities. I think this representation empowers people in a lot of different ways and plays a great deal in ensuring that people fight for their right to live and to exist and to love.
And my work in particular looks at a gay nude bar in Doornfontein, which is known as the Factory. And through this work, I interrogate whether the Factory is a space that can be celebrated as queer or one that perhaps reinforces heteronormativity. And so I am proud with this work to be part of a canon of thinkers, of writers, poets, photographers, and creatives who are equally as concerned with thinking through what it means to create a just society that celebrates being queer in Africa today.
To be queer and African is an identity some people feel is mutually exclusive. But verily, I'd say, it is a reality that is both historically true and possible. We are queer and here, and currently at work to reclaim all the colors and verve of this glorious continent. I've been kidnapped and tortured for proclaiming this identity, but the backlash makes me more deliberate in my resistance. Now, every sentence I create, every metaphor I conjure is a well-aimed bullet. And that is my duty as a writer, to spark and further this very necessary conversation. The future of Africa is queer, and that exactly is the direction I'm headed.
This is Chike Frankie Adosian, and first of all, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone at the Other Foundation, along with Jakarta Media, for putting together this wonderful anthology. I am so grateful to be selected to be a finalist for the Gerald Kraak, and I'm looking forward to reading every single piece that's in here. This is so important because visibility matters. The fact that a story about an LGBTI person from Nigeria going over to Ghana and connecting with somebody else there, and also just meeting people, having those stories that are often left out of popular literature, be included in an anthology like this that will go continent-wide and even worldwide is astounding, it's amazing, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so very much for all that you do. Cheers.
I am honored to be a part of this collection because to me, this collection means being seen, it means being heard, and it means being known. It means being held close, and it means us being understood creatively and intellectually as our fullest, complex, queer selves.
Having a voice is important because it allows for creating one space in a conversation that is needed on the continent around sex and sexuality. To have a voice as an LGBTIQ person means that you are not silenced or erased, that you are seen, that you are visible.
It is so important for LGBTI people to see themselves, their lives, their experiences represented. Art can be a great way of doing just that.
There's a need to validate the voices of those who are maligned. Stories about queer African people are violently erased, even through such ridiculous statements as homosexuality is an African. The Gerald Kraak Award makes this story central. It challenges stereotypes and seeks out stories that explore the full humanity of the maligned person. Queer people are human beings. They have as much wide range of thought, feeling, experience, and need as non-queer people. we should remember that. What Gerald Kraak seeks is that remembrance, and that's a powerful political act.
As a young, struggling writer, being in this anthology with these other talented finalists from different parts of Africa gives me a sense of encouragement, a sense of family and hope for the future of writers and the safety of our queer people who are still kidnapped, brutalized, and killed frequently despite our closeted lives. I do hope this anthology enlighten the hands it gets to, because a lot about us is misconceived.
This anthology, I think for me, represents voices on the border. And when I think of the LGBTIQA+ community and the importance of their narratives, I think often of Gloria Anzaldúa, who is a queer feminist woman of colour herself, and she speaks of that liminal space where minorities exist. And I think particularly in this political moment, although it does seem that this is the forever time of political and social liminality, these narratives speak truth to power. And these narratives sing from that liminal space. And I think in doing so remind people that we are here, that we do exist, even at the borders.